number 6 here in the fort. Just how does it feel to officially be a Komet once again?
It's super exciting. I'm always happy to be a part of this organization and being able to get the deal done. It's a nice relief off everyone's shoulders. So now we can just focus on the next season.
What was it about Fort Wayne that brought you back this year, keeps you coming on back to this city?
A lot of it, I have to say, is comes to the fan base and the ownership. A lot. The fans are here every night, so we have to thank them, and it's a super awesome place to be. And then also with the Franke ownership, and they're very good to us, and they take care of us. So I owe a lot to them.
For you personally, obviously last year was a great year for you. You set a new Komet record with games played, and then for you, you got to wear the C for the first time. How much did you kind of feel I shouldn't say an obligation, but just kind of almost an obligation to come back and kind of finish what you've started?
Yeah, obviously, getting the C is a huge responsibility here in Fort Wayne. There's a long history of guys and talking with old captains and everything, and there's a lot that goes into it. And obviously, you want to win for your city, and when you get that C, everything falls a little bit harder on your shoulders. And so losing Game 7 last year, it was tough, and we want to get back there and get another chance at it.
Obviously, we've seen a small portion of the roster already kind of get set. Just how do you feel about the group that you guys do have coming back? Obviously, with Benny and Legs coming back as well.
Yeah, really excited. I mean, we got a lot of good guys coming back, like Alvaro and Boudria, just to name a few. And then, having the coaching staff, Ben and Olivier, back, we're super excited. We got a good core to start with here and build around. And, I'm excited to see what we can do with it next year.
What does it say about this core? And just you kind of mentioned the core there, and how obviously we've seen the core change, a little bit over your time here. But just how do you feel about this core that you guys already have coming into this season?
Really good. I mean, it's a hard-working court. You really need that in this league here, and especially in the city where fans expect you to come out every night and work as hard as you can. So, especially guys like Alvaro, they're going to come in there. They're going to punch the clock every night. It doesn't matter how tired they are. They're going to put on a performance and work as hard as they can. So it's kind of cool to see how it's all changed and kind of evolved over the years.
For you, it was a career year last year. I know you didn't like the ending. The business part is done for you today. Mm-hmm. So sort of how hungry are you to get back on the ice and get after it with the season approaching down the line?
Well, pretty hungry. I mean, getting the deal done already and announced today. I'm actually hitting the ice today, so I think that tells you enough. I mean, it's middle of June right now, and we still have about 3-4 months until the puck drops. But it's a long off season. You got to be ready to go, and especially now, trying to keep the games played up and keep the streak kind of going a little bit. You got to make sure you're strong and ready for that long, grueling season.
And I know he already asked you, but what about it per se was a no-brainer to put ink to paper and come back with the Komets for a 6th season in your estimation?
Well, again, it comes down to the guys around here, from all the way from the top, including the Franke ownership, the coaching staff, and then just the players. Made a lot of good friends playing here, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
For you, where are you looking to kind of grow your game a little bit this summer? What's the next step for Anthony Petruzzelli here this summer?
I mean, obviously, you keep just working on those skill part of your game every year and trying to get a little bit better. It's starting to move towards a more skilled game, so the more tools you can add to the toolbox, the better. But a lot too, I think, is just adding to my leadership. Reaching back to a few guys, like AJ Jenks, Jamie Shaftsman, just kind of talking to them, seeing and getting some tips and tricks on how to handle different types of situations, whether things are going good or bad.
Obviously, you've played with both of those guys, during your time here, and to have those guys also be Komets that have worn the C, you kind of touched on a little bit, but how much do you rely on guys like them that have been in this position and have led this team before?
I mean, you definitely have to rely on them a little bit. Obviously, both those guys are retired now and still good friends of mine, and, I'd go to war with those guys any day, but, it's always nice that you can give those guys a call. They're going to pick up, and they'll talk to you about anything. So it's definitely an awesome part of Komet hockey. It's a very tight-knit group, even the guys that I've never played with and that have been here in the, 60s, 70s, so.
Last one for me, obviously, you kind of, said a little bit earlier, but, you've got a house here now, you've built roots here now. What's it mean for you to call Fort Wayne home and, have this city officially be your home?
It's awesome. I mean, Fort Wayne's been great to me and my family so far, so I'm very excited to be back, and it's an awesome thing to be a part of the town like this and, be a part of this organization. It's big to this city, and, walking around town and going to like the Tin Caps games and doing other things. It's a really cool thing walking around and people saying, "Oh, hey, Petey, how's it going?" and just chatting with all the fans and getting to be a part of the community all year round. It's really good.